EgoPeek take the knife round, and we are heading into pistol round. We are on the map of DE Nuke, and I'm your commentator today for this ESEA Open League match between EgoPeek and Road to Open. Both teams are currently 2-4 in the Open League, and EgoPeek, to my knowledge, seem to have a stand-in. Match is starting now, and right now we have 4 sets of Kevlar on the T side and 1 set of utility. Meanwhile, 4 sets of Kevlar and 1 player with nothing on the CT side. EgoPeek seems to want to go with a lot of brawling, and this is a really quick out mini play, and it's going to be stopped almost as soon as it starts. Beef, I'm a TV, and Running Free all find 5 kills in very quick succession. Road to Open just sprinted in, and they ran into a blender there, for lack of a better term. They ran into an unstoppable force, and they were not an immovable object. Second round buy for EgoPeek, and it is the coveted 5 MP9 buy. They are looking for some money. Meanwhile, Road to Open seems to have just gone for a unique buy here. Running Free will go down, but as immediately as traded. I'm sorry, but I need to turn the volume down. I'm sorry about that. Womp found a timing outside and took 2 down. Those are some crisp deagle shots. Carbine and I'm a TV both down. These MP9s, I don't think it's the right play. 5 MP9s can be the correct call if your opponents don't buy, but Road to Open bought despite the fact that they didn't get bombed down. And despite, speaking of not getting bombed down, Hugs and Slugs prevents the bomb plant on Finn. He dies before he can see anything. And Breadwinner takes down Beef with 4 HP remaining. Womp gets a 3rd Deagle headshot. And that was very clean on Womp. Beef probably should have been able to take down the player in Mini, but unfortunately, he didn't seem to be able to. It is immediately tied back up for Road to Open, and look at this buy. This is why this game has such an odd economy system, because EgoPeek and Road to Open are tied at 1, but Road to Open has 3 AKs. They obviously have a much better buy. Running Free with a nade in hand. This is right on the target, or it looked like it was, but unfortunately it just deals 1 damage. Breadwinner sees the feet of I'm a TV, but a molly is thrown immediately and no further progress is able to be made. It seems that there is going to be a fight outside as well as a fight in radio, rather. But this is a bold play. Auto Shotgun just immediately sprints out and is met by an AK-47 bullet to the face. Travis knew Mr. Beef was somewhere. He climbs up a ladder. There are only 2 remaining players for EgoPeek. Make that 1. Hugs and Slugs, the last player alive. And he's got a lot to do. A deal and no armor versus 4 opponents, 2 of which he can one-shot. And that was one of them. He finds 1 player, and it looks like he is just going to try and go retrieve this weapon. It is unfortunately just a MAC-10. He sees another player, and it is a low player. He's able to gun them down at long range with a MAC-10. Some nice precise aiming. He knows that they still want to find him. He's hoping to take down some more opponents before he goes down himself. He doesn't really have armor. I imagine this MAC-10 is going to take him out any second. They spot each other, and Finn takes the kill on Hugs and Slugs. But good damage was dealt by Hugs and Slugs. He took down an AK outside that was not able to be retrieved. The money not in a good spot, though, for EgoPeek. A couple of pistols are thrown to the teammates from Hugs and Slugs. An Obsert out for Womp. That's a bold choice, if I say so myself. I mean, your opponents are on pistols. I'm not sure that the op is really the best call in this scenario. Hugs and Slugs take significant damage and falls back. They are rushing him down lower. He finds a good position. He might be able to take a kill here, and he does. He's able to retreat safely, too, and this is really good because running free is able to bait him. He goes down, but they're not expecting running free hiding in the corner. He gets one. Unfortunately, they have a MAC-10 who cleans it up very quickly since there is no armor on the player's carbine. Runs into Womp. Womp had no head armor. The USP was a one-shot. And the op is picked up on carbine. TV and Carbine are the last two players. They're going to throw a nade at Carbine's spot and a Molotov to try and flush him out, but Travis is kind of stuck. Carbine misses the shot. TV goes for the P250, but unfortunately is killed. They do manage to retrieve the op, but if Carbine managed to hit that shot, that would have been very detrimental for Road to Open. EgoPeek have a buy of their own and an op of their own. This is actually really important. I didn't think that they were really going to be able to afford one with the economy that they had, but it looks like there is going to be an op v op duel going on, actually, rather an AKV op duel. Running free takes significant damage. It looks like he missed the shot. He really wanted that shot. Unfortunately, it cost him his life going for it again. Barely missing the first time, and not really having an opportunity the second time. Hugs and Slugs takes down Finn from heaven. Carbine knows he headshot the Opper, and now he's able to finish him off with the USP. Womp is down. EgoPeek is at the advantage in this round. They don't know that Beef is here, especially considering there was a player in heaven. Beef takes two from the rafters position above Hut, and he knows that the last player is going to be here. He is poised to take that last kill. He knew he was ready. Very good awareness on Mr. Beef's part. I don't think that Road to Open was expecting there to be a player up there, considering Hugs and Slugs took the initial duel from Hut, where he was heaven. With that win, even though EgoPeek just won their second round, Road to Open is on a very broken buy here. They do have one Galil, but they have almost no utility. They have one high explosive grenade, and that is it. They are pushing their luck outside. They are spamming through this smoke. But what is hiding in wait on the other side is a player that is ready for them, and Auto Director is not ready. Running free went down with the op. Travis was not able to make use of it, though. He picked it up, and Beef with a very precise one-tap on the player outside. Finn goes down. Hugs and Slugs going outside to try and help with his teammates, as him and Beef are peeking simultaneously. Carbine knows that he took one player down very low, and that is Cheese down. Carbine is going to wide swing this. Might cost him his life, unfortunately. Take 50. Took 100. He did not take the kill either. EgoPeek tied up at 3, and Road to Open have no money to buy. They're going to buy a few upgraded pistols, but that's about it. Three to 3 in this round heavily favors EgoPeek. But anything can happen. You can't count out the T side yet. Womp had some really nice deagle headshots in that second round. He might be able to make some magic happen again. Hugs and Slugs is boosted up into this shroud type position. I'm not sure if they're going to be expecting it. What I'm also not sure if they're going to be expecting is Womp out here. They're not. Womp finds the op of running free. He caught a timing outside. They're expecting this player boosted too. Hugs and Slugs gets one. I think they must have heard him because of how incredibly decisive they were on that peak. TV's spray is belabored, but he eventually gets it onto Finn. The issue is now Womp, who was opping prior to this round, found the op of running free. Travis sees two players. He knows they're here. Womp finds Carbine. Unfortunately, they know where the remaining two players are. They know where the remaining one player is, and he is down to 40 HP. Travis finds that last player. Like I said, Womp with that deagle was able to do some magic. Travis, same thing. A timing was found outside, and the opera was taken care of, which gave them access to secret. And even though EgoPeek had an amazing buy the previous round and Road to Open did not, like I said, you can't count them out yet. They won that round, and look at the buy of EgoPeek. Yes, they have 4 M4s, but they have an MP9, and they also have very little utility. A flash is thrown out, and this is an amazing peek and an amazing dink by Running Free, but an equally amazing shot from Womp. He gets dinked, but that is the power of the M4 compared to the AK. Beef is spotted, but a very nice shot from Breadwinner. He opens up the sight, and this is almost a guaranteed round at this point from Road to Open. I think EgoPeek would have to make some huge mistakes. That being one of them. Travis takes significant damage. They know where this Opera is, and he's peeking. I don't know why they're peeking. Carbine takes Finn outside as well, and this is very easily doable. Travis is down to 20 HP, and Cheese is not in a position to trade him. Cheese is not in a position at all to trade. Oh, that was a very, very close round. Take 50 or I'm calling it take 50 because that makes the most sense. Take 50 was not in a position to trade, and he's lucky that he was able to get that double kill. He was brought down extremely low. That was very easily doable for EgoPeek, and that was due to the detriment of Road to Open's situation. They just kept peeking. I don't necessarily know why, but they decided to. They really wanted to. And speaking of peeking, it seems that EgoPeek wants to live by their name. They are driving by with these CZs. Hugs and Slugs finds one. I'm a TV finds another on the turned Travis. They have bomb, but I don't think they know it. Road to Open knows that they need to retrieve bomb, but I don't think that EgoPeek is aware that they have it. They might be at this point. Actually, considering that they're holding this angle, I assume that they do know. Running Free lives with 1 HP, but how much can you really do with 1 HP? I'm a TV is... He is tiptoeing around this Opera. Thing is, Road to Open has a minute and a lot of utility, but they also apparently decide that they want to peek dry angles. As I say that, it yields one, not only one, but 2 kills. Womp goes slow walking, and he dry peeks and finds 2 quick kills. Thing is, Running Free is in a very good position for this. It's an immediate headshot. He drops down. I'm not sure if Breadwinner is going to be expecting that. I also don't know if he knows that Running Free is on 1 HP. Running Free gets one-tapped immediately. That was a very beautiful shot. Amazing lineup for Breadwinner. That was doable, though, and EgoPeek has made some of these rounds very close, even with the minimalist buys that they've had. Road to Open, though, has looked very crisp with their aim, I have to say. Most of these rounds that they win are based solely on their execution of the opposing players, rather than execution of sights. Carbine takes 50, Carbine takes 100 damage, as does Running Free. They are just sprinting out. The damage has been done to EgoPeek, but significantly more damage has been done to Road to Open. 2 kills post-mortem go in the way of Hugs and Slugs. He gets 2 fire kills after the round is ended. And that actually will deal some economy damage. Finn is down to 2,900, and Breadwinner had to buy as well. He's down to 3,900. That is significant damage, even though it might not seem like it. 2 players went down afterwards. That is really important. What is also important, though, and arguably way more important, is winning these rounds. What an amazing spray from Breadwinners. That was a very controlled spray. That was very clean, I have to say. What I was trying to say beforehand, though, is EgoPeek, even though they have gotten some important kills in rounds that they haven't won, they still need to start winning rounds. 8 rounds go in the way of Road to Open to the 3 of EgoPeek on the arguably easier CT side. If EgoPeek want to make this easier for themselves, they are going to have to almost win out at this point. That being said, they are in a rifle round. Smokes and flashes go outside, but neither team really expends any players towards that area. Running free is just jiggle peeking in the garage area. Auto Director seems to really enjoy being stuck on Carbine. We'll move him elsewhere. Because elsewhere is where the T's are going. They are all in the lower sight. They took out the one ramp player, and that's Hugs and Slugs, and they just immediately fell all the way down. Carbine, the outside player, goes down to Cheese. Or, sorry, take 50, rather. They are all Cheese. Beef eventually takes him down with a very quick flick. That was a nice shot. Mr. Beef is the last remaining player. And I think he is just looking to save at this point. Not much else can be done. While that is happening, we are going to take a look at utility damage and utility in general. Hugs and Slugs has 220 utility damage. Meanwhile, Mr. Beef finds 2 kills on Road to Open at the end of the round. Utility damage overall is not very high. The only player with any significant utility damage is Hugs and Slugs, and there are some players with some flashbangs, but overall not too much. That's enough looking at the stats. We are getting right back into the game and right back into another pistol buy for EgoPeek. And I don't know why they keep going for this outside play. Breadwinner keeps getting on top of this marshmallow position, and Carbine has continuously gone outside and had his head ripped off immediately. I know that they want outside control and that they want secret control, but I don't think that they're going about it the right way. EgoPeek just keeps throwing players outside and dying. Speaking of dying, it seems as though the Road to Open players are dying. There goes 3 players to Deagles. Mr. Beef even gets some extra credit, dealing another 50 damage to Travis, who deals 50 damage to Running Free. I'm a TV, though, is backstabbing. Oh, look at this timing. Oh, he realizes it, though. A very crisp headshot immediately onto Breadwinner, and that is the more healthy of the 2 players. He jump spots and sees that the other player is over there, too. He's going to try and Molotov his opponent's position out. Unfortunately, it does not touch him. Travis peeks out into the open. Hugs and Slugs did not take advantage of a player who had his back to him. Travis finds a very important kill. And I'm a TV finds an AK and a Molotov. He is also going to guess right. He is going to the lower bomb site, but Travis already has bomb down. He has a molly and a flash. And it's a one-on-one. I think I'm a TV thinks it's A. Oh no. You're in Discord with an entire team. How do they not tell you that the bomb sounds different on B and A? That could have been easily avoided. I think it's a real shame, but 10th round is going to go in the way of Road to Open. If you're going to play the map of Nuke, you need to know the different variations between the bomb noises. Travis is able to pick that round up, and Road to Open seemed very desperate and destitute in that round, but they can salvage it back to pick up a 10th round. EgoPeek is looking a little bit lost at this point. They seem to not know what to do outside with that player Marshmallow. I imagine that the Opper in Running Free is going to watch that Marshmallow position almost immediately due to the fact that there has been a player that has been killed every time. And he is. He's going to see Breadwinner. He's going to take the shot on the initial peek. Breadwinner decides to fight the Opper, and he goes down for it. I'm not sure if that was really the right call or not, but he went down regardless if it was the right call or not. Repeaking an Opper at that distance is truly confident of your aim. You can tell this is a 10-3 match with that decision. An off angle is played by Hugs and Slugs, and he immediately dinks Finn, but that is the power of the AK. It allows you to get the kill even though you're headshot first, and Mr. Beef goes wide swinging into the already prying eyes of the Opper. Finn is going to plant in a very bad spot, but it doesn't matter. Womp legs I'm a TV down to 4 HP. He almost pulled the trigger on a nade. Take 50. He knows where these players are. He knows that there's a second player in there. He saw the player in vents. They're playing footsies right now. They're playing hide and seek, and Carbine deals a tiny bit of damage, but this is a very bad scenario, and an even worse one now for EgoPeek. Luckily, the player that is alive is the Opper and running free, but he is not in the best scenario, and he's even in a worse scenario now. He's trying to run away. He did miss his first shot. He's going to re-peek in a second, but he's going to go down due to it. Finn down to 2 HP, but there's not much they can do. Road to open on 11. I picked up a second op. I don't really know if that's the right call. I understand that you are feeling it and that you're doing well, but that's fine. Carbine is given the op this round for EgoPeek, and he is taking a very bad angle. I don't know if he knows this, but they can see his arm. He did not know it. Not trying to call out EgoPeek, but I'm going to do it anyway. I really think that they don't know the map that well. That, in my opinion, right there is very evident that they are not in complete control of this match and that they don't exactly know what they're doing. That angle, peeking it like that, is not something you should ever do. They can see you without you being able to even see them. As I'm just talking over this round, this is a 2v2. About to be a 1v1. Unfortunately, Hugs and Slugs seem to have a little bit of lag right there. That might have led to his missed spray, but I can't say for sure. 12-3 is the score at half in favor of Road to Open. I have to say, they just looked like the better team. EgoPeek had a lot of sloppy rounds, and they really didn't have the best half. Like, they just didn't. It's very hard to say anything in favor of them in accordance to Road to Open. Road to Open had the better aim and the better map knowledge, as well as, I would have to say, EgoPeek, I understand that outside is a very pivotal position, and they lost it often. A lot of times the opening kill of the round went to the player outside, but I think that every single round having one player ramp was also not the correct decision. They just always were able to take the B site if they wanted, due to there being a weakness outside and ramp at the same time. EgoPeek won A site pretty convincingly in the pistol round, and they proved that they can hold it. It seemed like the stronger of the two sites by a large margin, and Road to Open 12 rounds in a row, it seemed, just went B and opened it up, and if they didn't go B, they just were able to take advantage, squeeze out pressure onto EgoPeek, and apply fear, expecting them to go to the B site, and then they went A. Can't lament on what was. We have to see what will be. This game is not over yet. It is 12-3, but EgoPeek has a chance to bring it back. And it seems like Road to Open is going to give it to them. What a shot from Womp. This is a brawl, a 5-man peek immediately from Road to Open, and EgoPeek was ready for it. A smoke goes out on Breadwinner. He does have a kit as well. Not that that's really going to affect much. Mr. Beef, I don't think he realizes where the bomb is. It's going to be his detriment. He didn't throw the smoke nearly far enough, and he runs straight through it. I don't think that was really the right call. He had a lot of time. I think that really seemed to be a frustration play on the part of EgoPeek. I understand that they got EgoPeek that round. Seems like Road to Open just had no respect for them and rushed them down, and there was really no respect. And Negev is bought up for Travis on the side of Road to Open. Don't get me wrong, a Negev can be useful in some scenarios, just like a Mag 7 can be, and is. Womp finds the opening kill onto Hugs and Slugs, but As I say that, the Negev finds a kill, and Negev finds a second one. Beef is the last remaining player. He gets a kill with the with the MP9. The Negev finds a third kill. You can't dog the Negev, I guess. Casters cursed it into existence. I immediately talked about how bad it was, and the man got a 3K. He is topping the leaderboard of this entire game, so there isn't much that you can say wrong with him. 14-3, and counter Negev is bought up. You love to see it. I'm a TV has a Negev of his own on the T side. This is really an amazing game. Take 50 does tag running free, but in return, he gets a bullet to the face. Who else gets bullets to the face is two players of EgoPeek. He eventually goes down. Beef finds Breadwinner, and they have the outside smokes to cover their exit. Carbine, I don't really know what he's looking at, but he goes down regardless. And running free is standing in the open. He gets taken down considerably low. He does find the Negev, but Womp finds him. $15 on the board for Road to Open. They have looked very strong this game. Their aim has been impressive, to say the least. It is do or die for EgoPeek, and it seems like Womp wants to have that option be just die. Hugs and Slugs and I'm a TV open the round. Carbine follows it up. 3 players go down in quick succession for Road to Open, and it seems like EgoPeek is not going down without a fight. Breadwinner with the op does find a kill. I'm surprised that they are going for this. I understand that they're... They expect to win this. They want to win this in very quick succession. 4 players go down. It just leaves it to the 33 HP of Hugs and Slugs, and it leaves it down to no one. This game goes in favor of Road to Open 16-3 over EgoPeek. That puts them at 3-4. They seem to have immense confidence this game, and EgoPeek just didn't seem to know the map that well, I have to say. Until next time, thank you all so much for watching.